what the task we have in the face of all these events that are taking place, because these events that are taking place are fundamentally the events that are happening because people are asleep spiritually. Okay, and being spiritual and religious has nothing to do with going to church at all. So the governmental sphere will have to be implemented in full, independently managed and administered and regulated by the end of the sixth post-Atlantean culture, which ends 2,160 years after the end of the fifth post-Atlantean culture. And then the economic sphere will have to be implemented by the end of the seventh post-Atlantean culture, which is this, what's it called? Well, I'm going to call it the Scandinavian, which ends 2,160 years after the South Slavic culture, which is the sixth post-Atlantean culture. So that's what the task is that is ahead of us. So those of us who understand the significance of the threefold social organism need to really start studying the books. And if you go back to past episodes, I iterated which books to read, and I will be doing that again. But I did say, and I did make the remark, that the threefold social organism is inconceivable without a macrobiotic practice being undertaken by everybody in the country. Now, why did I say that? Because I didn't explain that. I explained that now because the meat and potato industry is subsidized by the American taxpayer. If we implement, or shall we say when the threefold social commonwealth is implemented, then the government cannot interfere in the economic sphere. The only thing that can be the arbiter of what is the price of goods, or shall we say commodities, because economy is fundamentally the extraction, distribution, and consumption of commodities. So it's the marketplace that will decide what is practicable as far as what is affordable for people to eat without any subsidies by the U.S. taxpayer. And that will simply price meat out of the pocketbook of pretty much everybody. It's just simply not economically feasible, because it'll be $45 to $50 a pound, whereas grains will still be $2 to $3 a pound, or $5 a pound, depending. Well, inflation is going to take place, there's no question about that. But the point I'm making is, it's not the government that will decide what the price of goods and services are. It's the marketplace that will decide, free of any government interference. Now think about that for a while. All right, so I will continue further with discussions of the threefold commonwealth next time. And as far as when next time is, as I said, these things, when I'm inspired to do them, or when stuff comes up that I think you really need to know, like I think you really need to know what I told you earlier tonight, then I will do it. So probably the next one will be 2 to 3 months from now. And so that'll be what? September, October, November. And so we'll be into Thanksgiving around then. So it'll probably be before Thanksgiving, and it might be sooner, depending on whether these things happen. So on that note, I will bid you now. Okay, the final thing to say is the price of silver and gold are not true. They're not real prices. And I've told everybody who's been watching these videos to keep buying silver, and you don't care what the price is until the price gets out of reach, or there's no silver available for you to buy at any price. So, you know, they're keeping the price dirt cheap right now, around $19, $20 an ounce. So keep stacking it. If you don't think you have enough, I think you need probably 1,000 to 2,000 ounces at least in your own personal possession. And you don't, and it's not a get-rich scheme at all. That's not the purpose. The purpose is to protect our standard of living, because the standard of living in the useless states of America is going to plummet precipitously when the dollar loses 50% of its value, at least over the course of the next few months to a couple of years. This is simply inevitable. So that's why you're doing it. You're not doing it to get rich. And hopefully, personally, I don't want to get rich, because there's a lot of problems with being rich, having to manage that kind of money when you're talking about being rich in the sense of being rich, So, but that's not the purpose. It is not of buying gold and silver. It's an insurance policy, a financial insurance policy. Okay then, so on that note, I'll bid you good night from here in the evening of Carson City, Nevada, where the crickets are chirping, and they have been since the 9th of July. And hope you have a great fall, and that you enjoy the wonderful seasonal change in the different colors as fall approaches, and we're into the season of Michael. And I also want to say that I'm going to be putting up, I think, a whole video about the kidneys, because the kidney season starts. I don't know whether I put the whole one up on my YouTube channel, but if I haven't, I will do that over the course of the next week or so. Alright, so good night, good day, good morning, wherever you may be, and thank you very much.